Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. It has been quite some time since I sat in front of a camera, so we're gonna do it today because we need to get back on this train. Today's video is going to be bringing you our apartment hunting that we did back in July. I know, it's been a while. But we did this apartment hunting back in July and it's just time to actually start sitting down and editing. So we're gonna get right to it. We decided that we were gonna leave the city. We knew this fairly early on. It's just too expensive in the city, and because COVID was over, everything was just skyrocketing. Our apartment in Manhattan was going from $3,300 a month to $4,600 a month. We weren't gonna pay that for that apartment, so we decided to leave. That, and the one thing about Manhattan that people don't realize when they're moving to New York is in Manhattan you pay another tax on top of that, like the Manhattan city tax, which is way too high. So it's just too much money comes out just to like live there, and that's not even just paying rent, like physically living there pays more. It was too expensive in Manhattan and we knew we were gonna get out, so we started looking at Brooklyn, Long Island City, and I honestly thought we were gonna end up in Long Island City. There were apartments that were what we wanted over there at a lower price. One day we decided to do a day out in Jersey City. We had known some people who had come over here and we just wanted to give it a try. So we came over to Jersey City to explore, and we found some apartments. We found two companies that have like a million buildings over here. So we just kind of decided to work with both of those to kind of see what we could get for what we wanted. And everything's a lot cheaper over here compared to New York City. Some of it is. So to kind of dig into what we wanted for an apartment, it's not much, at least I don't think it's much. So the main thing on the list was we needed a 1-bedroom apartment. We just need that extra space. Chris works from home. There's days where he's working and I'm not, and I need to be able to not be in the same room as him while he's working, because you kind of need that personal space. Our max rent was gonna be $4,000. We talked about going higher, but we wanted to stay below just because we didn't want to spend more unless it was going to be like a 2-bedroom that was perfect. So we wanted to stay below that. I really wanted to stay below 3,500 because that was just more comfortable for me, so to speak. So it was just kind of that in between 35,000 4,000 that we were going for. I wasn't too particular on having a washer and dryer. Our one in Manhattan was awful. It was slow, it took forever. It literally took 3 hours to do 1 load of laundry, and that was exhausting. So I was just like, as long as laundry is in the building, we're good. It doesn't have to be in the apartment, it just has to be in the building. We obviously wanted a kind of more modern look, a cleaner look, an updated apartment that has the updated appliances, not some of that old stuff. So it was just kind of small things like that, but those were always kind of, you know, as long as everything else is good and that's not updated, like it's fine. But it didn't really matter to us. We just at least needed the 1-bedroom under 4,000, and that was it. One of the last things that is more on my side of the list is I needed an easy transport to work. Being over here in Jersey City, you got only like 2 options to get to the city, and that is ferry or path. And I wanted to be close to either one of those to be able to get to work pretty quickly and not have to take over an hour, because I've done that before. My old job at Target, it sometimes took 40-45 minutes to get to work, and that was exhausting. So I didn't want to do that again. I didn't want to spend too much time commuting to work or commuting home, because that would take time away from being at home and spending time with Chris or friends. So to dive into the apartments, I've got my list put together here of what we saw. We saw 9 apartments over here in Jersey City. I've got videos of some of them, not all of them. So the first 6 apartments we saw were in the Newport area. There's a PATH station over there, and there's this company that has like 12, 15 buildings surrounding that. There's tons of shops, tons of little like family-owned businesses there. So it's a really nice area. My favorite thing about this area too was they have this huge walkway along the Hudson River, and you just get some of the most breathtaking views of Manhattan that I've ever seen. The views from Brooklyn are good, but the views from Jersey are actually, in my opinion, better. Just you have so much more space between the river that you get these just beautiful views of the financial district, of the World Trade, and then you look to the other side and you get Hudson Yards, you get the Empire, you get the Chrysler Building. It's just breathtaking. Definitely my favorite part about Jersey over here is seeing the skyline of New York City. So I'm gonna take you into the first apartment. Like I said, this Newport leasing, they have like 15 buildings, I think. So I don't have full videos of most of these apartments because they were going through renovations for everything, which was nice because they were updating everything after someone had left, or they were, you know, changing the floors out, changing the cabinets out. So that was a good sign to me because that means they were updating everything. There were people working in there when we were touring, so I didn't want to get them in the video. And all of these apartments were shot at the zoom out lens on my phone, the 0.5. So just be wary of that. All of them are shot on that zoomed out version, so they look bigger than what they actually are. So the first building we're gonna go into is the Waterside Square South building, and there were 2 apartments here, both 1 bed, 1 bath. The first one was on the 20th floor and was $3,655 a month. So this one was on the 20th floor. It was really nice. What I liked about these apartments too is they have just kind of the simplest floor plans. There's nothing complicated about them. You walk in, you got the kitchen, and then there's the living room, and then a bedroom and a bathroom. The closet spaces are decent here. They're nice, they're clean. And then the views here, they did face north, but you still kind of got a slight view over to like the Hell's Kitchen, Hudson Yards area. And some of them you can actually see the building that we used to live in too, so that was kind of fun. But overall, it was a pretty decent apartment. It wasn't that bad. Again, seeing it being updated was gonna be nice. The kitchen was a decent size, so it was a nice one. It was a good start. It was definitely a good start. Now the second one we saw in this building was on the 16th floor. It was $3,450, also 1 bed, 1 bath. This one, I really liked this layout better because the kitchen is tucked away further. So you kind of get this bigger area where we could see and like envision where there was going to be my desk, his desk. We could almost even fit a dining room table plus the living room area. So it was just kind of nice to see, you know, visualizing all of that. The bathrooms were nice in these. I loved the little closet that was outside the bathroom. It was nice and large. Plus the closet near the entryway was nice and big. The bedroom was on the smaller side, but again, the living room was big enough to have both of our desks out there that it could just be a bedroom. A functioning bedroom with just a bed and a closet and a dresser. So it was gonna work out pretty good in my opinion. So again, so far, so good. All right, this next one is in the Pacific building, still under that Newport area. It was on the 14th floor. It was $3,650 a month, 1 bed, 1 bath. Again, renovations going on, which is good because that means we are, you know, making it cleaner, making it nicer, better appliances. The only thing I didn't like about this one was that it was a little small for our liking to fit both a desk for him, a desk and vanity for me, plus the living room, plus the bedroom. Yes, I may be asking for too much, but it still was just a little small for our liking, so we did end up passing on this one. All right, this next building that I'm going to show you, I don't have much video of it, and I'll explain here in a minute. It's the Southampton building in the same Newport area. There were 2 in here. The first one of the video that we're gonna see was on the 27th floor. It was $3,765 a month, a lot more on that higher end. So it was just kind of already like, Then the second apartment in this building was $3,725. So again, just they're still on that higher end. Wasn't really my favorite of the budget wise. They were pretty small for their cost. They were the same layout. So I only filmed it once. They were going through renovations. Again, great, love that. However, I don't think you can see it in the video. I walked into this apartment and got extremely dizzy. I have vertigo. It's not that bad. I'm pretty lucky with my vertigo. It doesn't make me throw up, doesn't make me sick. I just get dizzy real quick and that's it. This apartment, in the middle of the room where like the hall is, where you go into the bedroom, bathroom, or closet, the floor like was like concave, like it sunk in and you could just stare at it, and I just immediately got dizzy. You walk across it, you could feel the unevenness of it, and it was just an immediate no. It just was just like, nope, I can't do this. This one's out. And it was in both apartments, so that means the entire building is like that, because the one was on the 27th floor and the other one was on the 14th floor. So it was just kind of, you know, completely different levels of the building, and they're both like that. So we just immediately took a quick peek. It had a nice view of the river in New York City, but it was not, just couldn't deal with that unevenness. If I just walk in for the first time and I'm dizzy, I'm gonna be walking in every single day. And it was too expensive, so we just decided to get out of that one. All right, so this next building is the last one on the list for the Newport area. It's in the Atlantic building. It was on the 4th floor, and this was the highest one we saw at $3,860. So already I was kind of going, it's probably too much, too much, because that's a lot when you think about it. Like, especially splitting it in half, that's still just, it's a lot. But it was a nice apartment building. It was a nice layout. I didn't film the actual area of it, but like the elevator area hadn't been updated, and like the elevator itself was kind of shaky going up, and that's a no for me. But it was a nice building. Again, it was the most expensive though, so we probably weren't gonna take it. We just wanted to kind of take a look at it to see at least what the building offered. But again, for its location, it's gonna cost more because it's right on the river, and most of it has views of the city, and you know, that's gonna make the cost go up. But again, it was just too small, so we decided to pass on this one as well. So that brings us to this other side. So we're going to the Jersey City side now, and we have worked with the Liberty Harbor area leasing, and they again have like 7 or 8 buildings. First apartment that we viewed for the Liberty Harbor side is this one at 30 Regent. A lot of them say Regent in it because that's the street they're on. It was a nice apartment building. It was at the top floor, which was the, I think, 12th floor. It was a 1 bed, 1 bath, and it was $3,400. So we're hitting that lower side over here, which I love. But what I really liked about this is that it was fully finished with like the cabinets and everything, so we were able to see all of that. It had a washer and dryer. The bathroom was really nice and spacious. The only thing was it was a little tight for like trying to fit in our desk again, you know. So that living room area was a little tight for that, but I did really like the kitchen. There was plenty of cabinetry space. I like how the kitchen has that like island area. Like, to me, that just makes it a more functional kitchen. And still under 34. The views were pretty good. You can see me like doing a quick little zoom in. You can see a little baby statue of Liberty sitting in there, so she was cute. So the next one that we went to with Liberty Harbor was on 9 Regent, and this one, when I tell you, was the most perfect apartment we had ever seen in my life. The kitchen, and then there's this huge living room space. Bedroom was nice. The closet closet was nice. It had the shelving, it had the hanging stuff. It was just so perfect. The bathroom was nice. And it was only $3,200 a month for this. Now you're wondering, why isn't this your apartment? Why didn't you get this one? This is where it gets really sad. We would have taken this apartment if it wasn't for the leasing agent giving us a little bit of a thing, like a little bit of a tit for tat kind of thing. She mentioned that below this building, like the bottom ground floor of this building, is a bar. During the summer they have tons of events on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays and sometimes Thursdays, and this apartment that we viewed and would have got was on the second floor and was right above that bar. So if she didn't remind us of that bar and the events that go on there, we would have gotten this, but then we would have had to deal with noise and partying Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from like 5 p.m. to 3 in the morning. And we just like couldn't compromise on that fact. But we were extremely just like hurt because it was so perfect, but there were so many complaints on like the reviews of this building that it hurt so bad that that restaurant, bar, hall was like taking this away from us. So we unfortunately decided to pass on this because it was not worth our sleep and sanity to live in that one. And then the last apartment that we saw was in the same building, but it was on the 8th floor, and this one was the most unique one that we saw. It was technically a 2-bed, 2-bath. It was $3,400, and as you can see, it has the stairs that goes upstairs, and it was a decent apartment. The only thing was that second level and those stairs had carpet on it. We don't thoroughly enjoy carpet. One of our cats is a little carpet scratcher and likes to rip it up, so that was already kind of a negative. The views were just of like, you know, city living, which is fine. We enjoyed the high ceilings of that living room kitchen area. It just didn't feel right. The carpet didn't feel right, that big space. It was just kind of a mixture of yes and no, so pretty easy to decide that we weren't going to be choosing that one either, but it was still a nice little building. So the last apartment I'm actually unable to show you because we didn't physically view this apartment. There was a tenant who was currently living in it, and they were going to be out within the next few days, so we weren't able to physically go and see the apartment. And we were able to see a video of the same layout of an apartment, but like we still weren't able to go see it, which is kind of a shame. But we were able to see a video where we could see the finishes, and we were able to see like the floor plan of it, and comparing it to our one in Manhattan, we were able to kind of determine the sizing of the bedroom, the sizing of the living room, and we ended up kind of, what's a term, throwing our chances at it, and we decided to sign for this apartment, which is the current apartment that I'm sitting in here, and we've been here for 2 months now. It's great. My next video that I'm gonna do is just gonna be a quick walkthrough of this layout, just so I can kind of show you what we chose. I just kind of want to have that be its own separate video. We chose Jersey City. Jersey City is killing it right now. So I'm gonna dig more in another video on how much Jersey City compares to New York City. Yeah, it's gonna be another video. So that's my apartment hunting video today. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below which one you would have chosen. Let me know if you would have lived in that apartment that was right above the bar. Let me know if you think that that beautiful space was worth having no sleep on the weekend. It's been a fun one, guys. I'm glad I'm coming back. I will see you on the next one. Bye.